Date of supply in special cases. In addition to the general rules governing the date of supply under Article 25, UAE VAT Law, Federal Decree Law No. 8 of 2017, also sets out specific rules for determining the date of supply in certain special circumstances. These situations are unique because they involve ongoing, irregular, or special forms of supply, such as recurring contracts, sales via vending machines, deemed supplies, and vouchers. Article 26 provides clear guidance on how the date of supply should be determined in these cases to ensure the correct tax period is applied, VAT obligations are met on time, and the risk of non-compliance is minimized. 1. Contracts with periodic payments or consecutive invoices. Overview. Some contracts, especially those related to long-term services, example, annual maintenance contracts, consultancy retainers, or subscription-based services, involve regular or periodic payments over the life of the contract. In these situations, determining the correct date of supply is critical to ensure VAT is accounted for in the right tax period. Applicable rule. For these contracts, the date of supply is the earliest of A. Date of tax invoice issuance, when the supplier issues a valid tax invoice for the billing period or installment. B. Due date for payment, the deadline for payment stated on the tax invoice. C. Date of payment receipt, when the supplier actually receives full or partial payment. D. 1 year from supply date, if no invoice is issued and no payment is received, the supply date defaults to 12 months after the goods or services were provided. Practical example. A cleaning company enters into a 12-month service contract with a client, running from 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2025, with invoices issued quarterly. For the first quarter, January to March, the date of supply could be: invoice date, 2nd January 2025. Payment due date, 15th January 2025, stated on invoice. Payment receipt date, 10th January 2025. The date of supply for this period would be 2nd January 2025, earliest date. 2. Sales through vending machines. Overview. VAT also applies to supplies made through automated vending machines, which involve a delayed collection of funds by the supplier, when the machine is emptied. This makes the timing of the date of supply unique in such cases. Applicable rule. For vending machine sales, the date of supply is the date on which the supplier physically collects the cash from the machine. Practical example. A vending machine selling snacks and beverages is emptied by the supplier on 15th March 2025. Even if some sales occurred earlier, the date of supply for VAT purposes is considered 15th March 2025, the collection date. 3. Deemed supply of goods or services. Overview. A deemed supply occurs when goods or services are used or disposed of without consideration, but VAT is still due, for example, goods withdrawn for personal use by the business owner. These transactions are not accompanied by a conventional sales process, so special rules apply to establish the date of supply. Applicable rule. The date of supply for a deemed supply is the earliest of A. Date of supply without consideration, when goods or services are provided without payment. B. Date of disposal, when the supplier formally disposes of the goods. C. Date of change of use, when goods or services are repurposed, such as changing from business to personal use. D. Date of deregistration, if the business deregisters and still holds unsupplied goods or services, the supply date is the deregistration date. Practical example. A company withdraws office furniture for the owner's personal use on 5th May 2025. Date of supply is equal to 5th May 2025. If the company deregisters from VAT on 30th June 2025, with some unsupplied promotional goods still held, the date of supply for these goods would be 30th June 2025, deregistration date. 4. Supply of vouchers. Overview. Vouchers are considered a form of prepaid credit and their supply is subject to VAT. Vouchers can either be issued directly to the public, example gift cards, or supplied to intermediaries, example distributed to retailers for resale. The timing of the date of supply for vouchers depends on how and when they are issued or supplied. Applicable rule. The date of supply for vouchers is the earlier of A. Date of voucher issuance, when the voucher is first created and made available for sale or distribution. B. Date voucher is supplied to the recipient, when the voucher is transferred to a third party who purchases it. Practical example. A retail chain issues a batch of shopping vouchers on 1st February 2025 and supplies them to a distributor on 5th February 2025. Date of supply is equal to 1st February 2025, earlier date. If the vouchers are issued for internal promotional purposes, example, staff rewards, the date of supply would be the date of internal issuance. For more details, contact us.